Cool. What's up, JJ? What's up, YouTube? I'm JC, and you're watching Jose Calamari, man. Welcome to the finale, the ending, bro. But to read the last chapters of this book and get to the finale, final, bro. See what's gonna happen, bro, with Jarvis. You know what I'm saying? His girl, what's going on, and everything like that. It's the last time we left off, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude Jarvis got hit on by some chick. You know what I'm saying? He took her number, even though she gave him a number. I don't think he said he had a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Just laid down the law straight up. But he took her number, and he didn't really think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? JC wound up scoring a date for my girl who works at this game store after he overheard her, you know what I'm saying, talking on the phone. All right. So that was the end of that chapter, and now we're going to go on and see what's going to happen next, bro. So, let's see. All right. Chapter 16, man. I can't believe we're at the end of this thing almost. All right. I wake up next morning to a text message from Macy saying she's coming over in 10 minutes. I get up and wash my face and brush my teeth and get into some new clothes. Soon after, I hear a knock on the door. I open to see Macy in her tank top and some cargo pants. Good morning, babe. Oh, good morning, babe, I say to her. Hey, you look like you just woke up, she says, kissing me. Yeah, JC was over till like 11 something last night. We head upstairs to my room and we put on some music and start kissing. We stop kissing after a while and lay back and listen to some more music. A techno song starts to play and we get up and dance a bit. After getting tired from dancing, we sit down in bed and start to talk. I'm so ready for the dance, she says to me. Yeah, it should be pretty cool, I say. Yep. So who is this girl JC's going out with tonight? I don't know. He didn't really say anything really about her. All I know is she works at Game City. I shrugged. Before we knew it, time flew by and it was only an hour before the double date. Macy leaves so she can get ready for the date. I take another shower and put on a t-shirt and some leather jacket. I drive over to Macy's to pick her up. I have a weird feeling about tonight. I just decided to disregard it. I sit in the car and text Macy that I'm waiting for her in the driveway. She comes out of the house with a shirt that says I'm sexy and it's not my problem, and some skinny jeans. You look great, babe, I tell her. Thanks, you too. So what are we eating, or where are we eating at, she asks. Some place called Classic Palace, I say. Oh, they're really good, she says. We head to the restaurant and get there after a few minutes of driving. We park inside and we tell the hostess we need a booth for 4 people. He nods and seats us. JC and his date haven't arrived yet. I text him, where is he? And he texts back, they're pulling into the restaurant. Soon I see JC walking towards the table alone. Dude, where's your date, I ask? Oh, she's went to the bathroom real quickly. As soon as I see a girl coming from the bathroom, she comes to the table. When I see her face, I can't believe it. Macy, J-Man, this is my date, Grace Jones, JC says to us. Hi, nice to meet you both, Grace says. Nice to meet you too, I say, confused. I can't believe the girl that was flirting with me in Burger Stop was JC's date tonight. GG's, that's crazy. On top of that, she's acting like she's never met me before. I snap out of my thoughts and I grab breadsticks from the table that's sitting in the basket. I wait for the table with the waiter to come around menu. We look at it for a few minutes, and then we order. While we wait for our food, it's quiet until Macy breaks the silence. So, JC, says that you work at the Game City, Macy asks Grace. Yeah, it's just a temporary job for now. Oh, okay. What school do you go to? Macy asks her. I go to Huntington High School, she says with a smile. Cool. I have a cousin that goes there. Really? What's her name? Molly Peterson. Oh, no, I don't know her. Grace will highlight. All the girls at Huntington are so beautiful. Are all the girls at Huntington as beautiful as you, JC says to Grace. Oh, you're so sweet, she says, flashing him a fake smile. So what's your real name, J-Man? She turns from JC to me. Jarvis, I said, giving her that same fake smile. That's a pretty name, she says, smiling. Thanks, I say. The food arrives and we start to eat, but the whole time I can't help but feel like someone's staring at me. I look up and see Grace looking at me eat my food. Macy must have saw this too. So what possessed you to go on a date with JC here? Macy says in a joking manner so she can get Grace's eyes off of me. Oh, I was at the register checking out video games, and he just came up to me and gave me flowers. It made my day. Which is ironic because the other day I was talking to my friend on the phone about the same exact thing. She tells a story, switching glances between me and Macy. Then JC starts to choke on his food a bit, which makes me laugh and shake my head. Because I remember that idiot was over, like, he was over, like, eavesdropping on her in that conversation. And he brought flowers to her, remember that? So boys laughing at that shit. Stupid ass. Well, isn't that irony for you? JC says, quickly trying to cover up what he did. After he gives the flowers, after he gave me the flowers, he asked me if I wanted to go on a date with him, and here we are. She's just kissing JC on the cheek. That was so sweet. Excuse me, I have to go to the ladies' room. Macy says, he gets up and leaves. I gotta go too. All this icy is getting to me. JC says and heads to the bathroom. Looking good tonight, hot lips, Grace says after JC goes to the bathroom. What is going on? You know you were going on a date with JC. Why are you flirting with me at Burger Stop Monday night? Why didn't you mention you had a girlfriend? When we meet someone you like, you don't tell them what's not important. Whoa, she's slick with it. That's crazy. Macy is important to me, I say with a stern voice. Okay, whatever. Before I can respond, Macy comes from the bathroom and back to the table. Diabolical. Diabolical work, DJ. Before I can respond, Macy comes back from the bathroom and back to the table. We finish dessert and Grace is still trying to flirt with me through the whole time, and Macy is getting sick of it. So finally, when the bill comes, we pay and we get up to leave. Well, it was nice meeting you guys, Grace says and shakes Macy's hand and then forcefully pulls me into a hug. Nice to have met you too, Macy says with a hint of anger in her voice. Well, later, JC says to both of us. We get in the car and start driving to Macy's house. And it's really quiet. When she finally gets in her driveway, I break the silence. The silence is broken. Is there something wrong, babe? I ask. Don't babe me. I saw how that trap was flirting with you the whole time, and you didn't tell her to stop, she says angrily. Babe, I try to explain. And the way she pulled you into that hug, looked like you were enjoying it a lot. Is there something you're not telling me? She cuts me off. No, there's nothing going on between me and that girl. I like you and only Lou. She just sighs and stares out the window. Then I turn her face toward me and give her a light kiss, a light, sweet kiss. She starts kissing me back. After a while, we pull back and smile at each other. Sorry for being so jealous. It's just that ever since the Derek situation, I'm just scared. She said, looking down. I know. Don't worry. I'll never hurt you. We kiss some more and then we go inside. I drive home. Then she goes outside. I drive home and get into bed. I look at the ceiling and think about how bad that was. And then it hits me. It was just like the dream I had. Well, hopefully that's the last I see of Grace Jones. Now, that's a crazy chapter, y'all. Y'all let me know, did y'all expect that girl to pull up after she flirted with him in the burger stop? Did y'all expect her to really pull up as JC's date? And then, literally at the date, she's flirting with the dude. Like, not even trying to hide it. Diabolical, bro. Did y'all see that coming? I think that was some fantastic writing. I think it's some fantastic writing, if you say so myself. Alright. Chapter 17. Let's keep it going. Alright. Since the drama of last night, I decided to have the date to myself. I stayed up late last night thinking about what happened at the double date. I carefully thought about it, and I came to the conclusion that Grace is bad news, and I'm going to stay away from her. I can't believe what she said last night, that Macy wasn't important to me. Plus, Macy was just so upset about what happened, too. Grace was clearly flirting with me in front of Macy. I get interrupted out of my thoughts with a text message from JC, and he said, last night was awesome. Grace is so into me, dude. And all the drama, I forgot about JC. He really seems to like Grace. And she's just using him to get to me. I have to tell him that she's playing him. I text him back saying I need to talk to him. He texts back saying that he had another date tonight with Grace, and he had to go get ready. He'll talk to me next time. I have to tell him the truth about Grace. I started to play a game to get my mind off of things. Before I know it, I'm getting hungry again, but I don't feel like driving, so I order some pizza. I play a game for a little while longer and until my fingers get tired, and I cut it off. I turn on some TV. I flick through the channels and I get to this karate show that's pretty cool. The pizza comes and I keep watching the karate show and lose track of time. The show finally goes off and it's 11 o'clock, so I go to bed. I'm going to give y'all a chance in the chat to tell me what karate show y'all think was on my mind back then when I made that. Come on, y'all already know what it is. Y'all know JJ. I know you know this. Chat. I know you know this, bro. What karate show do you think that I was watching? Dang, yeah, it is Kicking It. I was heavily into Kicking It back then, bro. I don't know in 2014 if Kicking It was like on its final season, but I know I got into Kicking It very heavy, very heavy. And I don't think it was like when it first. I think no, when it first came out, I don't know if I watched. No, when it first came out, I thought it was gonna be stupid because it was on Disney XD. I thought it was gonna be on some like fake like Disney crap, and I kind of didn't watch Kicking It when it first came out. I kind of like, I was just like, this show gonna be stupid. And then there was one I just saw like a clip online, or like I was trying through a channel one time, and it was deep in season one, and I saw a fight, and I'm just like, wait a minute, they kind of getting it in. And ever since then, I started watching Kicking It. Great show, but yeah, definitely had Kicking It on the mind, bro, when I was writing the book. Alright, I wake up the next day, not ready for school. I have to break the news about Grace and JC, and I haven't heard from Macy since Saturday night. I wonder if Macy is okay. She was pretty upset with me. Well, what happened? I get ready for school and leave. I get to school and see JC talking to Macy. I was going to see how Macy was first and then handle the JC situation, but they're there together. I might as well handle it all at once. Hey, what's going on, guys? I asked as I approached him. Nothing, we were just talking about Grace. Yeah, he was asking me, do I think she's cool? Macy says, oh, how you feeling today? I asked Macy. I'm good. The bell rings for everyone to go to the homeroom. I hug and kiss her and head off to first period with JC. We made it there to the classroom, and I remember I have to tell JC about Grace. Hey, dude, I gotta tell you something. I tell JC, what's up? He says, well, last Monday I went out to get some food at Burger Stop, and this girl sat down at my table, and she just started, like, flirting with me. I said, beating around the bush, dude, you're a chick magnet, he says. Yeah, anyways, the bell rings, and it cuts me off. JC says we gotta finish the story at lunch. I can't believe it, right? I can't believe it. Right when I was about to tell him the truth, class had to start. It's alright, I'm definitely going to tell him at lunch. Even though it might crush him, I got to tell him the truth about her. Just as I feared, at lunchtime, time came around so fast, and now we're sitting at the table, and it was time. Anyways, to finish the story you were telling me in first period, oh yeah, I was saying, like I totally forgot. The girl that was flirting me at Burger Stop, I stopped eating my fries and stalled time. So what's her name? JC had said excited. I couldn't hold back anymore. It's now or never. He had to know what he was dealing with. It was Grace. I'm sorry, dude. I blurted out. He hesitates for a second and then snaps back to reality. I see the hurt on his face. So that's why she was looking at you the whole time. My bad, dude. I should have told you sooner. And I saw her in the restaurant. I say, it's cool, dude. He says, but this expression has said it differently. It's better that I find out now that she's using me so I can break it off. He says, yep. And anyways, you're JC. You're the chick magnet. I said, patting him on the back, trying to cheer him up. You know it, he says, before I give him a high five. We finish our lunch and the bell rings and you go back to class. The rest of the day went by pretty quickly, so did the rest of the week. It's Friday now, the dance is an hour away. I get dressed up in my black suit and I get a text from JC saying that he's ready to meet some fine girls at the dance tonight. Me and Macy decided to meet each other at the dance. An hour passed, and now I was on my way to the dance. I find a parking spot close to the school and go outside to the gym. It's decorated nice for the dance. I walk to the snack table, get some chips and punch, and I find my way to wait for Macy to arrive. After a few minutes of searching for Macy, I spot JC in a white tuxedo talking to some girls. I get from the table and start to look for Macy until I get a text telling me to turn around. I do so and find Macy in a red dress with some red lipstick and red heels on. I could not believe how hot she looked. Now, this is also another crazy reference, y'all. What y'all don't know is, in real life, this is an actual personal thing for me. I feel like any girl, no matter how big she looks, how like maybe even unattractive to a degree, when a girl, to me, just personally for me, when a girl wears all red, I think it is the hottest thing in, like, it's just the sexiest thing ever. Like red lipstick, red heels, red dress. For some reason, to me, I think that's just like the pinnacle of sexy for a chick. That's just me. Everybody got their own thing. So when I wrote that, saying I was just trying to put the peak level of beautiful, saying, through my eyes. So I just want to let y'all know that why I picked, saying that whole sequence of dress. All right. You look so. I walk up to her with lots of words. Well, while you think of some words to describe how great I look, why don't we go dance? She says, grabbing my hand and bringing me to the dance floor. We dance to 3 fast songs, and then we get some punch after. We hydrate, and a slow song comes on. We go back to the dance floor, and I pull her in close, and we move slowly to the rhythm of the song. She has her head placed on my shoulders, and her hair smells like sweet strawberries. The song ended, and Macy heads to the ladies' room, so I try to see what JC is up to. I look around all around the gym, but I don't see him. So I step outside and see him talking to a girl. They're together. He leans in to kiss her. This would be great revenge for the party. It's just so petty. JC, what's up, dude? I said loudly. What's up? He said, annoyed. Looking swag and all white, man. Oh, my fault. Was I interrupting something? I said sarcastically. You think? Give me that look. Well, look at dude. I walk back to the gym laughing. We have a few more dances, and I walk her to the car. We say our goodbyes and head home. I was so tired. I quickly took a shower and fell asleep as soon as I hit the pillow. So this dude was petty because of JC immediately interrupting him at Macy's party. He immediately interrupted this dude, bro. This dude cock blocked him. He was like, oh, you did that to me? I'm going to show you. That's crazy work. I couldn't have friends like this, bro. Just imagine you was really about to get like some action with a chick and they just hoeing you like this. And you think it's funny. Alright, we're on chapter 18. 19, 20, 21, 22. We got 4 more chapters left, bro. 4 more chapters. It was hot as shit when I first got home. And now it's getting chilly. And my nose turned to stop up because it's AC. Sorry. This AC is, AC was starting to get a little bit too good. Alright. Chapter 18. The dance was great. Macy looked awesome, and I got a good chance to mess with JC. Good times. Good times. I thought it would be romantic to bring Macy someplace. I researched myself. So, I go online and start looking for places to go here in Seattle. It takes a few hours, but I found a cool place to chill. Seattle Serene Beach. It was perfect. I didn't know how they had a beach down in Seattle. Due to the fact they arranged out here every other day. I copied down the address so I could put it in my GPS. I get in my car and I put the location in my GPS and I drive there to see what it's like. I wanted to turn on my music while I drive, but I had to listen to the GPS. My phone goes off in my pocket and it's Macy. Hey babe, I said, answer the phone. Hey, what are you doing? She asked. Oh, nothing, just running errand. I said, trying not to give away what I was really doing. So what are you doing? I asked, trying to change the subject quickly. On my way to Burger Stop to get me a shake. What are you doing later? I asked. Nothing, working at the mall. Don't worry, I'll swing by. So it doesn't have to be that bad, I say. That would be great. You know, I'm still thinking about the dance. It was so romantic. It felt like we slow danced the night away, she says. Well, I gotta work. Gotta go to work. See you later, she asks. Oh, yeah, I gotta go to work. See you later, she asks. You know what? I say, hang up the phone. Literally seconds after I hang up the phone, I thought of a way to make this beach day even more romantic. I keep following GPS and it leads me to the beach. Finally, we make it there and it looks great. Finally, I make it there and it looks great. I stand there and think to myself, this will be a great date after. Mapping out the place where the date should be. I find out a nice shaded area so we won't get too hot. I look at the time and head to the mall before it's too late. Before I go to the mall, I think to slide by a place to eat some food. Because the mall food is expensive and I can't spend all the time. And that way I can spend more time with Macy also. Driving from the mall, I look at the different places to eat and I see a Chinese place called the China Grill. I haven't had Chinese in a while, so I pull up the restaurants. I get a booth and begin to look over at the menu, and then I feel a pair of hands cover my eyes. Whoa! Guess who? A familiar voice says. I grab the hands and remove them from my eyes and turn around to see it's Grace. Yo! What are you doing here? I demand. We got to stop meeting like this, she says, taking a seat from me, across from me. Leave, I say. Did someone wake up on the wrong side of the bed today? She says, reaching out to grab my hand. Just go. I don't want to be bothered by you. I said, pulling my hand back so she doesn't touch them. If anybody should be in a bad mood, it should be me. Because you told JC what happened. We're not going out anymore, she says, smiling. Well, you don't seem to care. I counter her remark. Yeah, because I don't have to use that loser to get to you, she says, smiling. Wow, so disrespectful, y'all. That's so fucking disrespectful. She really just called JC a loser. That's crazy. That's crazy. You disrespecting my name? I'm joking. Let me stop. Back to the book. Well, you better find somewhere else because I'm not interested, I say. So those nice lips say, but your eyes say different, she says. You might want to get some glasses so you can read these lips because they're saying I have a girlfriend and I care about and I don't need you, I say. So you don't think I'm attractive, she says, motioning to herself. Well, I hesitate looking at her. So stop playing boyfriend. Trying to homewreck. It's crazy. She says, so stop playing boyfriend and just come have some fun with me, she smirks. That's not the point. If you're attractive or not, you just need to leave so I can eat my food in peace. Then leave to see my girlfriend, I say sternly. Whatever you say, hot lips. See you around, she says, and leaves the booth. My food comes and she leaves. I finish eating and I look at the time to see how the mall's going to close in an hour. I pay the bill and I rush out of the restaurant to get to Macy in time. That's when I feel a strong pair of hands pull me by my arm. I turn around and see Grace holding me. What? I thought you left, I say. Well, I tried, but my tire has a flat, she says over dramatically. And anybody else couldn't help you with that, I say annoyingly. No, so can you give me a ride home? Well, I got somewhere I gotta be, I say. Please, you're the only one who can do it. All my family's out of town. Can you please? She cuts me off. I know I'm not your girlfriend. Can you just give me a ride home? She says. All right, come on. I know saying it's a bad choice. Thanks. I don't live that far away from here, she says, running to my car. We get into the car. She turns on my radio, switching the stations until a love song comes on. So where do I go from here? I say, turning out of the restaurant. You take a left, she says, dancing in the seat. After a while of listening to music, she turns off the radio, turns to me, and starts to smile. I know she's up to no good. Thank you for giving me a ride home. You could have just left me there, she says, checking me out. Well, I'm not as heartless, I say, keep my eyes on the road. Oh, it's just the house up here, she says, pointing ahead. I pull into the driveway and sit in silence as I wait for her to leave my car and go inside. She sits there, she stares at me with a smile on her face. Here we are, I say, giving her a hint to get out of my car. You want to come inside for some drinks or something? She says in a flirty tone. No, I'm good, I said quickly. Come on, just one drink, so I can thank you for giving me a ride home when I was stranded, she says, reaching out and taking the keys and walking out my car. Whoa, you let her take the keys, bro? Out of the ignition and walk out the car. Okay, just one drink, I say, follow her inside. Whoa! No, Chad. He said, okay, just one drink, maybe. This character's slow as hell. It's crazy. JJ said, I couldn't be in this situation. JJ said, it's never going to be me. She opens her door and we go inside her place. It looks pretty. I follow her to the kitchen and she pours us a cup of orange juice. I know how JC eavesdropped on me when I was talking to my friend about the flowers, she says, handing me the cup. Then why'd you play along, I asked. I thought it would be fun. Who knew it would have led me to meet back up with you again, she says, smiling, taking a sip of orange juice. Listen, if I was being mean about it before, I'm sorry. Look, you seem like a nice girl, but I'm in a relationship, and if anything were different, maybe we could have a conversation. We could be together. Well, maybe things could be different, she says, walking to me slowly. She wraps her arms around me and tries to close the gap between our lips. We're inches apart, and then I realize that, and I jump back and rush out the house. I jump in my car and drive off as fast as I can. I speed down the road, thinking about how I almost kissed her. I wasn't trying, but her lips were so just right there. It was like I was in a trance. I knew going over there was a bad idea. My phone rings and makes me jump. I look down at the caller ID and see it's Macy. I totally forgot about her. I look at the time and see it's too late to go to the mall. I ignore her calls and I keep driving. She keeps calling, but I don't answer. Finally, I get home and take my phone and see it was 5 missed calls. I put the phone on the counter and I go straight to sleep. Now, That's crazy to me. That's how you know you're guilty. You're not answering the calls, and you're not even gonna send a text message. This is some foul shit. You should have never went inside the house, bro. Like, I know that she took the keys and was teasing, but like he didn't even like. It's like he be trying to stand on business, and then he immediately folds. Like, that's crazy to me, Jarvis. It's crazy work, bro. It's crazy work. Chapter 19, bro. Get it. I wake up the next morning with guilt. I don't want to see Macy because of what happened last night. How could I look at her the same after I was so close to kissing another girl? I can't do it, so I stay in my bed and rest the whole day. Skipping school wasn't really my thing, but I needed today off. I just kept replaying what happened last night in Grace's kitchen over and over again to myself. I knew it was a bad idea to go inside her house. I walk around my house feeling terrible. My phone was blowing up when school was over. I don't have to look to know it's Macy. She was probably wondering why I was in that school. I just let it ring and ring and ring, and then finally just put it on silent. An hour later, there was a knock at my door coming. Well, there was my phone. An hour later, there was loud knocks coming from the door. I opened it and started to walk back upstairs. Then I saw it was Macy. What is going on? First, you don't see you come see me at the mall last night. I blew up your phone to see where you were. You never called me back, and you did school today. What is the deal? She says, following me upstairs. Nothing, I say nonchalantly and keep walking to my room. It's something. What happened last night? She followed me into her room and shutting the door. Okay. A relationship is nothing without honesty. But first, you have to promise me you won't get mad, I say calmly. I promise, she says. I was on the way to see you at the mall after my errand, and I stopped to get some food before I came to see you at the mall. Grace was at the restaurant, and she said she had a flat tire, so I had to drive her home. She invited me in for a drink of orange juice. That slut! What the fuck? What is wrong? Oh my gosh, bro. I'm sorry. That shit's just funny to me. Why is that so funny, bro? Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, this is so silly. She is pissed, bro. Oh shit, is in all caps. Alright, she screams angrily. Oh, babe, you're mad. Listen, nothing happened between us. That's a fucking lie. Something almost happened. Alright, I say, looking. Oh, wait. I bet she wanted something to happen, she says angrily. Calm down, you promised you wouldn't get mad. I said, moving towards her. I'm sorry, I'm just a little freaked out. I didn't hear from you and I thought something happened, she says, calming down. I pull into her for a few minutes. I feel bad about not telling her the whole truth about how we almost kissed. I lift her hair from the shoulders and crash our lips together, embracing us in a deep kiss. I thought it would make the guilt go away. It worked for now. We pulled apart breathless, looking at each other's eyes. So why'd you skip today, she asks. Didn't feel so well. I say, oh, you okay now? She says, worried. Yeah, I'm fine for now. Now that you're here, I say in a flirty voice. That line starts a make-out session that lasts about 10 minutes. After we lay back on the bed and cuddle, we fall asleep. I wake up to see no one laying next to me. I look at my phone and see a text message from Macy saying she had to go. I put down my phone and stared at the ceiling. I started to question myself about telling her half-truths about last night. I was broken out of my thoughts when my phone was going off. I hit the answer without looking who it is. Yo, what's up, man? Mind if I come over right now? I got a pizza right quick. I got pizza, JC says. Sure, dude. I say I hang up the phone and I hear loud knocks downstairs. I open the door and see JC standing there with a box. What in the world? How'd you get here so fast? Were you already in my driveway when you called? I asked confused. Yeah, I do that a lot. You're crazy, dude. Let's go to my room. So what's up, dude? What's up with district school? He asks, taking a seat on my bed, pulling a slice of pizza out of the box and eating it. I didn't really feel so great. I said, pulling a slice out of the box myself. You're not getting a cold, are you? He says, backing up with a mouthful of pizza. No. I reply quickly. Dude, your chick was bugging out today at school when you weren't there today, he says. She was going on about how you didn't come see her last night at the mall, and you didn't answer your phone when she called, and she was all in my face asking if I talked to you. He continued, I talked to her, we straightened things out. I tell him, cool. So what happened last night? He asked. Well, I ran into Grace at the Chinese grill, and she had a flat tire, so I gave her a ride home, and she invited me for some orange juice. Oh, I get it, orange juice. He said, taking his fingers in the air, doing quotes with the orange juice. No, really, she really invited me in for orange juice. I say. So what happened? He says, very intrigued now. Well, I started to be nice to her and tell me why. Try to be nice to her and tell her why me and her can't be together. I paused. And what? JC grabbed another slice of pizza. And then we started to lean in for a kiss. I realized we were about to kiss, and I bolted out of there. Are you serious, dude? JC gets up from the bed excited. Yeah, but we gotta keep this just between us, dude. I said quickly. No problem. No one else would know. He says, eating a slice of pizza he just grabbed. So what's up with you and that girl where you were getting closer outside the gym and the dance? I asked. Oh, Dorsey? She gave me her number. Did I? Oh my gosh, look at the spelling. I said she gave me her number. It's supposed to be she gave me. Bro, my publishing company did not give 3 fucks, bro. They just said, yeah, let's publish it, bro. Oh my gosh. She gave me her number, but I haven't called her yet. You know, because I want to see how many other girls want a shot at the JC. JJ's dead. Bro, would you see this dude still talking trash? He's like, I just want to see how many other girls want a shot at the JC, at the Jose Calamari. Do you see where my confidence come from? Do you see how he be talking? And then y'all think about the clips when I be on them FMV games with dating them Asian chicks. You see what I be talking about? You see, it comes from him, bro. That's where it comes from. This dude's stupid, bro. We talk some more about Dorsey in the dance. Soon we finish all the pizza. Just 10 o'clock on the dot. JC leaves and I take a shower and go to bed. It's back to school tomorrow and I'm really not looking forward to it. I walk into school feeling better than yesterday. I start to open my locker when a pair of hands cover my eyes. I jump around to see his Spacey. I laugh nervously and remember how Grace did the same thing to me. Hey, you okay? You look nervous, Macy says, smiling. No, I'm not nervous. Why would I be nervous? I said, regaining my composure. Okay, so do you want to come over to our house for dinner tonight? Sure. It gives me a chance to see your baby pictures, I say, laughing. Yeah, like that's going to happen. Sorry. Jesus Christ, it's stuffy here. Yeah, like that's going to happen, she says, wrapping my arms around my neck. Yep, and I might even put it on the internet, I say, grabbing her around the waist. Oh, you're a funny guy, she says, leaning up and kissing me. The bell rings and we both head off to class. I get to the first period and I see JC texting. He's probably texting Dorsey the way he may have been all over each other lately. I wouldn't be surprised. Why don't you just actually be your girlfriend? I asked JC. Because it's just straight pleasure with her, which is good for me because I don't need a girlfriend bothering me 24/7. He says, not looking up for his phone. My girlfriend doesn't bother me 24/7. I retort. I don't want Miss Static here to get too clingy. She's all right, but I'm the late. Oh my gosh, yo, what the, bro? Yo, turn this shit off, bro. Yo, there's no way I wrote that. Oh my gosh, bro. There's no way I wrote that. Oh, yo, I got that from one. Oh, okay, I'm going to explain why I'm laughing. Let's go back. You said, my girlfriend doesn't bother me 24/7. I retort. I don't want Miss Static here to get too clingy. She's all right, but all the ladies need a shot at the JC, he says, taking a comb out and fixing his hair. Oh, my gosh, bro. So, y'all got to understand, this was back in the day, and I don't know when What You Call It ended. I don't know when the show had its finale, but Sweet Life on Deck was out, and there was this episode on Sweet Life on Deck, and I think it was called So You Think You Can Dance, and the premise was Cody and Bailey just broke up, and pretty much Zach was trying to get Cody a date for the dance, right? And pretty much he was telling him, you have to act like me, you have to be the player, right? And there was a line that Cody said. It was so funny to me back in the day when I watched the show. There was a line that Cody said when the girl was talking to him when he gets to the dance. He's acting like Zach. I love this episode. He's acting like Zach, and we all know how Zach acts on the Sweet Life on Deck, or just the Sweet Life in period. And with the pickup lines. So the girl was telling him like he was telling him like just regular stuff. I forgot what it was. She was like, "Oh my gosh, like I can't wait to election start so I can try to like be class president or whatever the case may be." And he just cuts her off. He's like, "Easy, Static." He was like, "Easy, Static. You don't need to get too clingy, bro." And then he was like, "Why don't you go to the bathroom and freshen up so then me and you can have a little PDA?" Like, I remember that line like the back of my hand. And when I started reading this, it immediately like clicked, bro. It's like that's why I got it from. Oh, bro. I can't wait to start. We gotta start reacting to Sweet Life of Jack Cody episodes. Sweet Life on Deck. We gotta start reacting. It's getting golden, bro. All right. Whatever you say, dude. I said, look at him shaking my head. Schools go by quick today, and before I know it, I'm at Macy's for dinner. Oh, before I know it, dinner's at Macy's in an hour. I put on a polo shirt, and some basic blue jeans, and then head out to Macy's house. As I get closer to her house, I get nervous, worrying if I will make a good first impression. I pull in the driveway and walk to the door and take a deep breath and then knock. Ah, man, okay. It's chapter 20, bro. We have 2 chapters after this, bro. I know, man. It's getting funnier. It's getting more entertaining. Y'all have no idea what's about to happen. Y'all can probably guess what's about to happen, but y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. All right. Chapter 20. Let me take a drink first. Oh, my gosh. I'm enjoying this. All right. Macy opens the door, looking great as always. She's wearing a green shirt with some black track shorts. I stare up and down, looking at her in those track shorts and how short they were. Eyes up here, she says, laughing, pointing at her face. My fault. I'm sorry, I said, looking up. It's okay. You have plenty of time to look after dinner, she whispers in my ear. Okay, then, I said, walking into the house. Who's at the door? A voice comes from the kitchen. It's my boyfriend, Macy says. That's my mom. Come on. Let's go in so you can meet her. The quicker you meet her, the quicker dinner's over, and then I can have you all to myself, she says, pulling me towards the kitchen. I walk in the kitchen to see a woman that looks like she was in her mid-30s standing over a pot. She closes the pot and walks over towards her. She's beautiful. I see where Macy gets her looks from. Hi, Macy's mom. Oh, my phone. She says, hi, I'm Macy's mom. You can call me Brandy. Brandy says, shaking my hand. Hi, my name is Jarvis. Nice to meet you, I say. Is the food ready, Mom? Macy asks. Yes, Brandy replies. Macy and I take a seat at the table, and Brandy picks up the pot and brings it to the table. I made tacos, Brandy says, putting taco meat on my plate. I love tacos, I reply with a smile. After putting the taco meat on everyone's plate, we sit down and start to eat. The tacos were tasty, like really good. I have to find out what's in them. These are really good, Brandy. What'd you put in these? Well, that's a family secret recipe, Macy says. She's right, Brandy says, nodding. So, Macy tells me that you're from Arizona, Brandy says, looking directly at me. That's right, I say, finishing off my last taco on my plate. So how hot can it get down there? She asks very curiously. Well, once it got so hot, the power went out in our house. We took some eggs and we put it in the skillet and we cooked scrambled eggs right there on the porch, I say. Really? No, but it can get really hot down there, I laugh. After a few minutes, we finished dinner and we all went to the living room. So, Jarvis, do you really want to see Macy's baby's pictures? They're all so cute, Brandy asks. No, Mom, he wouldn't, Macy says quickly. I would love to see them, I say, turning, smiling at Macy. Brandy goes to a bookshelf and pulls a scrapbook down off the top shelf. We sit on the couch. After 30 minutes of laughing with Brandy over Macy's baby's pictures, Macy comes in front of us with her arms crossed. Okay, that's enough, Macy says, taking the scrapbook and closes it and puts it back on the shelf. Jarvis and I are going to my room. See you later, Mom. Macy says, grabbing my hand and pulling me up to her room. We get to her room and I'm still laughing. That was too much fun. I stop after a while because Macy's standing there looking at me with her hands on her hips. Okay, so you saw my baby pictures. Are you happy now? Oh, isn't it so great when you're on the other way around, I say, smiling. Why do parents always have to embarrass kids like that? She asks me. I have no idea, I reply. Finally, I have you all to myself. She says, pulling me closer. Yeah, and what are you going to do with me? I say, smiling. She kisses me lightly at first, but then we go deeper. Before I know it, we're on the bed and shirtless. Whoa! I don't remember writing this part. That's crazy. We keep going at it for a little more until a knock comes at her on the door. Macy, I made some brownies. They're downstairs in the kitchen if you want some. Brady says through the door. Macy immediately jumps up and puts her shirt on and heads downstairs. I follow, grabbing my shirt and going downstairs with her. We get in the kitchen and a fantastic aroma of chocolate hits my nose. You know how your mom is awesome at those chocolate chip cookies? Macy grabs from a brownie. Wait, what? Oh, I'm tripping. I was like, did I read that wrong? Macy, I made brownies. They're downstairs. I'm tripping. I thought I said cookies. I probably did. I'm tripping. Uh, a fantastic aroma of chocolate hits my nose. You know how your mom is so awesome at chocolate chip cookies? Macy says, grabbing a brownie. Yeah, I said grabbing a brownie. My mom's the same way at brownies. She says, eating a piece of it. Oh, that's why you rush down here so fast. I said, biting to a piece. This is so amazing. Is there fudge in this? I asked. Macy nods and we ate the whole tray of brownies. When we finish, I look at the time and see it's getting late. Well, I'm going to get going. I say, walking to the door. It was nice meeting you, Jarvis, Bernie says, shaking my hand. It's nice to meet you, too. Thanks for dinner and those awesome brownies, I say. I head out the door and Macy's following me. I think my mom really likes you, Macy says, following me to my car. I think so, too, I say, giving her a kiss. Before I get in my car. Hey, don't make any plans this weekend. Saturday night, we're going to have some fun, I tell her, starting my engine. Where are we going? It's a surprise. See you tomorrow, babe. I say, and I drive off. The rest of the week went by fast. Before I knew it, Saturday night was here. I was waiting in the car in Macy's driveway, waiting for her to finish to get ready and dressed so we can go to the beach. She finally comes out looking sexy in camo shorts with a green shirt on. She had a green shirt on. It was like everything was in slow motion as she walked towards the car and got in. Wow, you put that on just for me, I say, smirking. Yeah, you like it? She says, running her hand through her hair. You know it, I say, giving her a quick kiss. Then we're off driving. It takes like a while, but finally we made to the beach. I pull and park and turn to see Macy's face filled with excitement. Oh my gosh, Seattle Serene Beach. I haven't been here so long, she exclaims. Surprise, and it's only going to get better. We're going to have a picnic. I still go into the trunk, pulling out a picnic basket. How did you know where this place was? She asks, surprised. I looked it up on the internet, I say. So, where do you want to set up at? I already have the perfect place, I say, leading her to the shaded area that I saw last time. It's perfect, she says, running up to me and kissing me on the cheek. Well, I'm going to get a portable speaker from my car so you can start setting up a picnic. Everything is in the basket. I said, handing her the basket, heading to the car. I walk to the car and get my iPod Touch. Oh my God. Did I just say iPod Touch? Throw the whole book away. Jesus, bro, I feel old. Do y'all not know how old the first iPod Touch is? Y'all, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. When that shit came out when I was younger, that shit blew my mind. I was like, you can touch the screen on a phone device? Like, that's possible? Like, yo, the technology wasn't there yet, y'all. This was crazy. Like DVR, bro. You know, say you can record your favorite TV shows. That shit wasn't possible back in the day. So, like, you gotta understand, this shit was just blowing my mind. But the fact that I put an iPod Touch in this story, I must have been really fascinated, bro. That nostalgia must have hit my brain as I was writing this chapter. That's crazy. Y'all type in the iPod Touch, bro. First generation on Google. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look it up after y'all watch the stream and see when that first came out, bro. Watch out, it's gonna blow your mind. Alright. Anyways, I walk to the car and get my iPod Touch and my portable speakers from the car. When I come back to the shaded area, the picnic stuff is set up and ready. We sit down to eat with the music playing from my iPod. Soon we finish eating and lay back on the beach blanket as I felt hot sand thrown on me. I turn to the side and see Macy smiling. Oh, it's Owen now. I get up and chase her across the beach. So what are you going to do about it? She says, running, laughing. You're about to find out. I run back to my car and change back into my swim shorts. She turns around and she looks at me, wondering where I went. I creep up behind her and scoop her up. Oh my gosh, let me go, she says, kicking and screaming and laughing the whole time. No, I don't think I want to, I say, carrying her bridal style towards the water. What are you going to do, she says, still laughing. I advise you to take off that shirt, ma'am, I say, looking towards the water. Oh no, don't you dare, she says, looking at the water. And she takes off her shirt. Okay, I won't do it, I say, smirking, walking into the water, still carrying her. Jarvis Jackson, let go of me this instant, she says with a smile on her face. Oh, I'm slipping, and I fall back on purpose, dropping us both in the water. I can't believe you did that, she said, jumping on top of me and throwing some water in my face. You started it, I say, looking into her beautiful blue eyes. I feel like the world has stopped, and we look into each other's eyes for what seems like seconds and then embrace her into a passionate kiss that seems to last forever. We pull apart and turn to our left to see the most amazing sunset. Wow, it's almost as beautiful as you, as I say romantically to her. You're so romantic, she says, smiling. That's what I was going for, I say with a confident smirk. She starts to laugh. I get up and perk up from the water, and we walk back to the beach area we were before. I lay her down on the beach blanket and lay right next to her. Soon night begins to fall, and I go to my car and start getting wood. And a lighter got packed. I go back to where at the start of fire, and we turn the music up on the iPad. I go back to the car to get the marshmallows and chocolate and some graham crackers. I grab some stuff and I turn around and head back, but there Grace stands blocking my path. Whoa! Hey there, stranger. What the did I just misspell hey? Was I drunk? No, I wasn't drinking back then. I wasn't drinking back in 2014. I don't even think I was old enough to drink. Did I just say hey there with Hay? Is somebody eating hay? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Bro, this is unacceptable work. And then my publishing company had the nerve to release this shit without even like being like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our editor just run through this and make sure you have these, make sure some errors, saying don't go out to make you look stupid. They just said, fuck me, bro. Golly, bro. Hey there, stranger. Someone's bailing hay, y'all. It's crazy, she says, walking closer to me. What are you? I see in shock. I see your car when I was coming up from work, and I followed you so we can talk, she explains. We have nothing to talk about, I say, trying to walk off. Oh, but we do. About the other night, she says, blocking my path. Nothing happened last night, but you tried to kiss me, I say. As I remember, it was you also leaning in for that kiss, she says in a flirty tone. Listen, I'm on a date with my girlfriend, so if you don't mind, I'll be on my way, I said, putting a hint of annoyance in my voice. Fine, but you can act like the other night didn't happen, but we both know what we wanted, she said, and she leaves to her car and drives away. It takes a while for what she says to process in my mind. I snap out of it and I walk to my date. When I approach Macy, the fire was blazing high and she looks sort of worried. What took you so long? You okay? Nothing. I was just getting stuff from the s'mores out of the car, I say, distracted. Cool. You love everything, she says, taking out the pack and opening for me. Yeah, I just wanted the date to be great, I say. I grab the marshmallows and putting it on the stick. This is really nice, putting her marshmallows over the fire. We eat all the s'mores and then lay back and look at the stars. My alarm goes off saying it's time to head back. So we pack everything in the car and put the fire out and go home. The whole drive home, I'm thinking about Grace, how she showed up at the beach at night, about what happened at her house the other night with us. I try to forget about it all. I turn to Macy's driveway. I get out of her car and I walk her to her door. Tonight was one of the best nights of my life. She looks at me with those deep blue eyes. I didn't really want to talk right now because I was so conflicted with the Grace situation. I didn't want to blurt out something about Grace, so I just pulled her to a kiss for a minute, and then I pulled apart. Good night, I say with a smile. Good night, she says, returning the smile. I drive home and I think to myself, what me and Macy have is something special, and I don't want to ruin that. So no matter what Grace says or does, I will always stick by Macy. Alright, y'all, so we getting to the last of the chapters. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 more left, you know what I'm saying? This one in the last chapter. What are we thinking about the main character so far? I need y'all to talk to me, chat. He's been saying that he has a girlfriend with his words, but why does it feel like he's entertaining? He's sorry. Yeah, I feel like he's entertaining the other girl way too much. Like, he should have, and then the fact that he's not even telling Macy the full truth about what's going on is stupid. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of hiding it. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's like, I have a girlfriend, but at the same time, can I see what's going on with this girl at the same time? I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he never got that attention before, so it's kind of tempting to him, but he's also not trying to ruin what he has, bro. But yeah, like JJ says, he's sorry, bro. He has to, he's terrible. You know what I'm saying? And his character, I don't know, I guess that's what happens when a character like him, somebody doesn't normally have that type of involvement in his life with relationships, and he has girls starting, also bombarding him and giving him attention. I guess it's kind of hard for him to put his foot down. I don't know. That's what I'm kind of feeling from the character. All right, chapter 21. Months passed after the beach incident with Grace, and everything was going smooth with me and Macy. I haven't seen Grace since the beach thing. My life has been going pretty smooth. Anyways, me and Macy has a half a year anniversary is coming up tomorrow. We call it half anniversary. I have big plans for us. I'm going to take her to Seattle Space Needle and watch the fireworks show. Everything was going to be perfect. I got some perfect seats to go to the fireworks when the fireworks go off. For the event, I'm taking her to the dinner at the Classic. It's a fancy restaurant that plays live music. And there, I'm going to give her a gold bracelet that costs $200. She's going to love it, and I can't wait for tomorrow. I was taking out of my thoughts when my phone goes off, and it was JC. Hello? I answer the phone. Dude, I got to talk to you about something. Well, I'm busy playing for this half anniversary. Can you wait till later? All right, dude. Later, he says, hanging up. I go to my closet to see what I'm going to wear. I've been looking around for an hour and not finding anything I want to wear. It's time to get something new. So I drive to the mall to get some new threads. I don't want anything formal. I want it to look casual. I go into several stores, looking around stores until I find what I'm looking for. When I finally get home from the mall, it's late. I take a shower and get into bed and shut my eyes. I was waking with my cell phone going off in my ear. It's JC again. Dude, it's later. I gotta talk to you. JC sounds desperate. I need sleep so I can be ready for stuff tomorrow, dude. I say, and I hang up the phone before he can reply. I wake up the next morning feeling good. Today was not only a half anniversary, it was the day I tell Macy that I loved her. I go downstairs and walk into the kitchen and get me some breakfast. I get dressed to some clothes and I have to run some errands. First, I stop at the Seattle Space Needle to see the exact time the fireworks will start. And then I go to the Classic to see if they have my reservation still on record. When I finally get home, it's time to get ready. I shower and I get into my clothes. I just what? My phone rings and I look at it and see it's JC. I don't have time to talk to him, so I hit ignore. I go to my dresser and grab the box with the gold bracelet in it, and I leave to go to pick up Macy. I arrive at her house right on schedule. She looks great as usual. She gets to her car and we're off to the Classic. We get there and order our food, then listen to live music for a while. This is so great. This is my first time coming here. I couldn't think of any other place more or better for our half anniversary, I say. The food comes seconds later and we finish it in minutes. As we sit there and wait for the bill, I know it's time to give it to her. Macy, here's your half anniversary gift. I say, giving her a box. This is amazing. How much did it cost? She asks, looking at the gold bracelet. $200. But when it comes to you, money isn't a thing. I say, pulling the bracelet out of the box, and I put it on her wrist. Oh, here's yours, she says, handing me a watch. That's also gold. Thanks, babe. But the bracelet is only half your present, I say, putting on the watch. Come on, let's go and enjoy the rest of our half anniversary. I say, paying the bill. We leave the restaurant and we're right on schedule to see the fireworks. Everything was going perfect. We make it to Seattle Space Needle and we get out the car. I lead her to our spot where we'll be watching the fireworks. From out of nowhere, I see JC and Grace approaching. I run up to them before Macy spots them. Excuse me, I'll be right back. I tell Macy, running up to JC and Grace. What is going on? I pull JC to the side. Dude, this is what I've been trying to tell you. Me and Grace were coming to the fireworks show tonight. Have you completely forgot that she was using you to get to me, I say? I know, but I went back to Game City to buy a new game. She said she was sorry about using me, and she wants to make it up to me by going out tonight, he explains. What about Dorsey, I ask. I told you, dude, we're not exclusive, he smirks. Jesus Christ, JC. Hey, JC, can I talk to Jarvis real quick? Grace interrupts. Sure, I'll go find the spots for us to see the fireworks, JC says and leaves. Now, sorry. Before I continue to the next part, y'all gotta understand that Seattle Space Needle, I didn't know back then. Like, I knew the Seattle Space Needle was in Seattle because I was getting my information from iCarly. iCarly was taking place in Seattle, remember? That's where they lived, right? And it was always show the Seattle Space Needle. I didn't know Seattle Space Needle at the top of it was a restaurant. I didn't pick... When I was thinking about Seattle Space Needle while I'm writing this, I'm thinking that it had, like, an area underneath where like it was on a hill with like grass and people could just kind of chill, and fireworks would kind of like blast off in the sky. That's what I just it's a fictional, saying, in Seattle. So yeah, Seattle Space Needles are also as a landmark. I would have obviously put them in the Space Needle for dinner when I was writing this if I'd known that shit. I didn't know that shit. So that's why if people question, bro, you just put them in Seattle Space Needle restaurant, and how are they just chilling at the, yeah, they're chilling at the bottom, and it's like a hill type deal. So that's what's going on with that whole situation, bro. But yeah, let's continue the thing. Sure, I'll go find us a spot to see the fireworks, on this hill, fictional hill around the Space Needle. It's not like a parking lot, it's a hill, so they can sit upon and watch fireworks. JC says and leaves. Things have been going great without you, okay? And now I'm on my anniversary with my girl that I really care about. I say to her, she nods, and out of nowhere, she grabs my shirt and pulls me into a kiss. I stand there for a second in shock because I can't believe she's doing this. But then I mentally slap myself out of the shock. She tries to deepen the kiss, but then I pull her back. It's too late because I turn to the side and see Macy already saw the whole thing. I can't believe you did this to me. I never want to see you again, she screams, rips the bracelet off I gave her and threw it on the ground. It's not what it looked like. What? What do you mean it's not what it looks like? That is the most cliche thing to say. Just, oh my gosh, y'all. I gotta laugh just to stop from like feeling cringe, bro. Just makes you like just throw the whole book away, bro. Like, this is literally every line in every cartoon, every Disney show, every movie. It's not what it looks like. What are we talking about, bro? Okay, let's continue. I'm sorry. We're at the end. Let's continue. She screams and she rips the bracelet off I gave her and throws it to the ground. It's not what it looks like. She kissed me, I tried to explain. You two deserve each other, she says, and she runs off in tears, streaming down her cheeks. Wait, I try to run after her. Where do you think you're going, Jay Loser? Says a familiar voice. I turn around to see Derek and 4 dudes standing behind him. We have unfinished business, you and I, he says with venom in his voice. Whoa, y'all. Last chapter, and this nigga Derek then came back. Remember when Derek lost that fight a couple of chapters ago? The quarterback, her ex-boyfriend? Y'all thought it was over, right? Y'all thought Derek was just gonna be like, oh yeah, you got that W, I'm gonna take that L. Apparently he didn't take the L, y'all. Well, he did hold the L, but apparently he's back with 4 dudes, though. Last chapter, let's get it. Chapter 22. Look, now is not the time, I say, and begin to walk off. Oh, but it is. It's the right time for my revenge, he says, stopping me in my tracks. What are you talking about, I asked, turning around to face him and his friends. The plan to ruin you and finally get my girl back. Wait, what plan? I asked. I saw JC come beside me, also listening in. Now, it was so easy, and thanks to the lovely Grace here, that plan is now complete, he says, walking up to Grace and kissing her on the cheek. See, the whole thing was a setup from the beginning. From the first day you met Grace in Burger Stop, she was in on the plan. After you dissed her, I had to step it up. That's when your idiot friend here came into Game City. She faked a phone call with a friend, so JC would ask her out, knowing he would lead her right to you. Every time she came where you were at, the plan was leading all the way up to this moment. It was all like fixed in, bro. Oh, hold up. So every time she came where you were, it was all part of the plan leading up to this moment where she would get you to cheat on Macy, and Macy will be mine again. Why'd you do it? I asked, looking at Grace. Because there's money in it for me, she says, smiling. Yep, and here you go, Derek says, handing her what looks like $300. Now we're going to take out you and... now we're going to take you out for good, Jay Loser, Derek says. Him and his friends close in on me. Not if I got anything to say about it, JC says. Well, we'll take you both now. Like I care, Derek says, swinging at me. I duck and try to hit him back, but his 2 friends tackle me to the ground. They lift me up, and as soon as they do, Derek starts punching me repeatedly in my stomach. I try to escape the hold, but I can't. I turn to the side, see JC getting hauled down with one of Derek's boys and getting punched by the other. Derek lifts up my head so he can put the final blows on me. He swings, and I put one of his friends who's holding me down in front of him, and he hits them instead. I seize my chance by punching the other one that's holding me down, and then I attack Derek. I tackle him down to the ground and start punching him in the face until his lip is busted. Seeing Derek on the ground bleeding, all his friends run off, and I go to help JC up. You okay, dude? I ask him, holding my stomach. Yeah, I'm good. Just go get Macy, he says, spitting out some blood. All right, I say, walking to my car. This isn't over, you loser, Derek moaned on the ground. Because of you, I lost the woman I love. This is over, I say before I kick him. What? Oh, he's walking to the car. I thought he already ran to the car. No, he said, all right, and he starts walking to the car. And then Derek says, this isn't over, you loser. He's moaning on the ground, and he stops. He's like, because of you, I lost the woman I love, so this is over, I say, before kicking him hard in the face, knocking him out. I get in the car and drive to Macy's house. I call her over and over again, but she doesn't pick up. And I finally make it to her house and knock on the door. No one answers. I knock 4 more times, and then finally the door opens, but it's not the person I want to see. Hi, Jarvis. Is something the matter? Brandy looks at me concerned. No, I was wondering if Macy is home. No, but I got a call from her saying she went to some place to clear her mind. Brandy responds. Thank you. I shout to her and jump back in my car. Okay, bye, she says, waving from the doorway with confused look on her face. I know where to find her. After what seems like hours, I finally make it to the destination. I take out my flashlight from the car and I go into the abandoned building. I find my way up to the elevators and I go up to the rooftop. The elevator reaches the top floor and I climb the stairs and go to the door that leads to the roof. There Macy is, with her hands in her face, still crying. Macy. I call her name, getting her attention. What are you doing here? She says, looking up at me startled. Your mom says you called her and said you went to a place to clear your head. This is where you do that at, I say calmly. Leave. I don't want you up here, she says with anger. Look, I'll leave and I'll never bother you again. Just hear me out for 5 minutes, please, I say, approaching her. You have 1 minute. Go, she says, looking at me emotionally. Derek's up the whole thing with Grace so he can get back with you for beating him up at school. She kissed me. I know I should have pulled away right away, but I was in shock. Well, tell me why I should give you another chance, she asks, walking away. It's because I love you, I say, which stops her. You what? She turns around, looking at me. I love you, and I promise I'll never hurt you again, I say, walking to her. I know you're scared, but you can trust me, I continue. She speaks for a while, and she runs into my arms. I hold her for a few minutes, and I lift her chin. She stares at me with those big blue eyes, and I kiss her. We pull back after minutes. I love you, she says, looking into my eyes. I love you too, and when it's all said and done, I always will, I say, returning the smile. Okay, just kill me now, y'all. Just I just need to like jump off the top of my bed. Oh my gosh. It's so cringe. Oh my gosh. I was trying to like put the title of the book, y'all, in the ending. And then did y'all hear oh my gosh, the ending, bro. Oh. Just kill me. I'm bro, like I can't, y'all, the ending, bro. It's so, oh my gosh. Like that's crazy. I'm so sorry. Y'all had to hear that. I apologize. Alright, that's the end of the book. Besides all the cringe, it's so cringe. And then the crazy, it's so much I regret. That's not winning any what? Polarizers? What? What is that? What is polarizers? What is that? What is polarizers? Book award things. Oh, hell no. That shit's not winning anything. Fuck no. It's trash. That's the worst shit ever. That is these were the most, bro. And then, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. This is why I don't claim this first book. I was reading too many cliche books back in the day, and it makes me, hell no. Fuck no. I can't. The things I regret is just the cheesy lines like that. It is very cliche, bro, to have the big jock at the end gets beat up This dude, and the thing is, you can tell I was watching too much kicking it because this dude gets some kicking it moves out of nowhere and beats up like he like, bro. He's like bringing people into somebody else as they get punched by their own friend. Oh my gosh, bro. And then she just like, you telling me she forget about all of that illegal cheating. That's cheating. Like, that girl did all that shit. It doesn't matter if old boy set it up. He's just like, I love you. And that just, oh, that forgives everything that had happened before. Terrible, terrible. Just terrible, bro. That's the mind of an innocent, like, haven't been hurt, I haven't been in love, haven't got my heart ripped out my body. That's 2014 Devin for you. Like, Jesus. And then, you know, another part, bro. Another part that was killing me. Every single time I put a kiss scene in it, bro, I was trying so hard to make romantic moments. And it's like, as somebody who loves to read, I love when the main characters are having cute moments. Because what you need in a book, bro, yes, you need when people get together and everything is fine. Even with like total drama or whatever TV show you watching, people get together and then your ship happens. You're happy that the relationship is happening, but conflict is always important. I put Grace in the book to bring conflict. The ending, I think the ending is kind of cool with the whole Grace thing. Girl, she was used like by Derek. Now, the part when I failed to like put in the when I failed to put in the book, the explanation, bro, it was supposed to show, you remember way back in like a couple of chapters ago when I was like, he walked out of Macy's house, Jarvis walked out of Macy's house, and he turned around, he was like, I thought I heard something, or I felt like somebody was watching me from the bush. So that was supposed to come back and play in the end, but you understand, I was writing all this, like, I was just deliriously tired, and I was like, I'm trying to finish the book off, right? And I was so deliriously tired, I was supposed to explain that Derek was pulling the strings. Like, he was hiding behind Macy's bushes, watching them coming home from their dates and everything. Every time, like, Jarvis was going to place, it was pre-planned that he would send, you know what I'm saying, Grace to these areas to flirt with him and do these things to egg him on closer and closer. You know what I mean? Jarvis was standing 10 toes on not cheating. But at the same time, he was kind of hesitant of really just like telling Macy everything and being like, this girl's pursuing me. I don't like her. I want to be with you. These things are happening. Because a part of him was like, I'm getting attention. And this dude, Derek, was counting on that part of him to like slip up and cheat with Grace. But the love for Macy that Jarvis had was just too much. Now, you know what I'm saying? But that whole part where it got revealed, like, Derek is like, oh, man, like, you know what I'm saying? It's been the plan the whole time. It was this big reveal. I think that part still was pretty cool. I don't know about y'all, but the Derek reveal about him being in cahoots with Grace, I still find that part pretty evil stuff. Pretty standard evil stuff, you know what I mean? And, it's kind of like you forgot about Derek after, you know what I'm saying, the situation way before, but then he comes back after the fact. So, yeah, no, I kind of think that's cool, bro. My second book, I take more pride in my second book. We want to read my second book with y'all, bro. The twist and the stuff that's involved in that, oh yeah, that has more pride and respect. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of feel. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna end the stream here, man. Y'all let me know right now before we end the stream, bro. How did y'all feel about the finale? How do y'all think about the book overall? If this book was made into a movie, would y'all go see the movie? If y'all saw this movie on not saying y'all would go to theaters for this, but if this was just on TV and you saw this as a TV show episode or like a movie, would y'all be like, it's a Tubi special? This is Friend Zone? Hell no, it's not like Friend Zone. Don't dare disrespect Mikey and fucking Wyatt. Mike and Wyatt shit's way better than this. This is a Tubi special? Oh dear God, bro. Heard that. This will be a Tubi special. So if y'all watch this Tubi special, would this be one of the Tubi specials where y'all laugh at it? Like the contemplation of like all the terrible Tubi specials? Or this would be a Tubi special like, yeah, this was okay, but I'm never gonna watch it again. or y'all would be like, this was pretty decent. I just want to know, bro, what y'all would think. Y'all think it was pretty? Was it decent? Was it like, I'm never gonna listen to this ever again? Was it trash? Was it like, saying okay? Saying, well, let's give it, let's get rated out of 10. Let me get a rating out of 10 right quick, bro. I'll be looking in the YouTube comment section too. Rating out of 10, bro. 1 out of 10. I'm gonna rate it. This book was overall. Oh my gosh. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit probably was like a 5 out of 10, in my opinion. This book is a 5 out of 10. Five's alright, but it's a one time read. Yeah, I'm never gonna read this ever again. If I was like reading about, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'm recommending this book to my friends, bro. You gotta check this out. It's crazy. I would read this and I would just like never really think about it ever again. I say a 5 out of 10, me personally. And for my first book ever writing, bro, being inspired by a lot of cliche romance books, because there's a lot of books it writes just like this. Trust me. I'm telling you, there's a lot of books out there by authors that write just like this. I gotta say, yeah, a 5 out of 10 for sure, bro. But I appreciate y'all on this journey with me, man. This was a vulnerable situation for me, like, showing y'all this side of me, bro, and at the end of the day, bro, this was a fun experience, bro. I hope y'all enjoyed this as content, because it feels really cool telling y'all behind the scenes of why I wrote this and why this comes up, or why this is like this. In the YouTube comment section, if you have a question about why I wrote certain things a certain way, or what's the backstory behind this character's name, just ask me, and I'll be in the YouTube comment section ready to answer, bro. But yeah, with that being said, bro, until next time, guys, I'm JC. You watch Jose Calamar.